Pro Wrestling Inside and Out is back on the air. Brent West with you, along with Jack, the Bomber Lord. Rodney will be with us in a moment, but he's been on vacation for a month, and so did his webcam. It went on vacation, evidently, permanently. Does not work at this point. Jack, before we get started, we lost two of our insiders this week, and a very sad thing, and I'll let you tell everyone about it.
Yeah, we lost Rodney West on Christmas Day, and we lost Rooster on the 6th, just about a week ago. They were great supporters of our page, of our podcast, everything that we did. But not only that, they were great fans of professional wrestling in general, and they knew their history. They enjoyed what we do, and our heartfelt prayers and condolences. We send that out to their families.
Yes, we certainly do. And I always love to look at Freddie's paintings, and they will certainly be missed right here on Pro Wrestling Inside and Out and the Insiders. Jack, we told everyone, and you have told everyone, that we have a special announcement to tell everyone.
Let me show you before we get going. This is my regular cigar, but because this news is so big, I brought out the big gun.
Well, folks, as you know, the problems we have had in our country, we don't have to go into the problems we have had with the McNasty, as we'd like to call it, or whatever it may be called today. We have had plans for almost 2 years now to present a live professional wrestling show. Uh, we ended up having problems. We did book one, and then, as usual, the McNasty got worse. Unfortunately, we talked about it, and we just said, "Listen, I think it's going to be our norm. It's sad, but it's probably going to be our norm." What do you think about that, Jack?
Yeah, I think over the next few weeks, from what I've been watching on the news, we're going to have a lot more hospitalizations, but they think that probably the worst of it is coming to a head, which is both good and bad. I mean, I hate seeing anybody else come down with this stuff. It's very serious. We've lost a lot of folks, to this, not only as a country and a nation and a world, but personally, we've all lost folks, but trends are saying that in the next few months, things are going to be kind of cycling down. Hopefully, by later this year, we'll be getting back to normal.
As we're going to hope. But on Friday, March the 18th, Pro Wrestling Inside and Out will present Championship Wrestling, and we're coming to Knoxville, Tennessee. We will be there on Friday, March 18th, for our first live event. Right there it is, Championship Wrestling, Friday, March 18th. The doors will open at 6:30. We'll start around 7:30. The Old City Performance Center. That's 111 State Street, Knoxville, Tennessee. What is so good about this, Jack, is this is going to take people back in time to studio professional wrestling. And Knoxville, Tennessee has such a rich history of that. And our commentator for that show, at least one of them will be Scott Hensley, and the other one will be legendary wrestling commentator Les Thatcher. And he knows a lot about Knoxville wrestling. And so, go to our Facebook page. We're just now livechampionshipwrestling.com. We did put the tickets on sale there, but we'll be telling you more about it. But as you see, Joey Lynch will be there, Octavius Black, Randy Wayne, Toby Farley. There's a lot of great wrestlers going to be on this show. We'll tell you more about it next week and in the weeks to come. All right, Jack, any comments?
I'm just telling you guys that this is probably for an independent show the the most loaded show that I have seen in a long time. And if you're coming out to see what you see on TV, don't come out. Stay home, because what we do is not what WWE does. It is not what AEW does. We are going back to a time of the territory days, studio wrestling. For any of you who never got to experience that, I strongly encourage you, come out, see what it's like. We're not going to be doing the frills. There's not going to be, I promise you, no pyro, no strobe lights. We're going to have a light on over the ring. We're going to have cameras filming, and we're going to turn the clock back, and you're going to see what wrestling used to be.
Exactly, and there's no better person to call the action as Les Thatcher will do, and that will all be on our YouTube channel. So if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, because we will be taping this show in 4K. So you wanna get that's the only place that it will go 4K is YouTube. So we want to get everybody over there to subscribe to their YouTube channel, and it's very easy, very free. Doesn't cost you a dime to subscribe to the channel. But you can go to livechampionshipwrestling.com. Tickets are on sale there. You just click on a button and they are on sale. And I think people are going to enjoy it. If you've never seen a studio style wrestling, this is going to take you back, because we're going to be in the old city, kind of old school. So it's going to be
beautiful venue, absolutely perfect venue for
right
a studio type show.
Right downtown Knoxville, Tennessee, in the old city. So it's a theater district, I believe, is what they call that area over there. But and we'll be going to Knoxville, and we'll be taping some stuff around Knoxville, Tennessee, as well in the next few weeks and before the show. So we look forward to it. Jack, now I guess I don't know that Rodney's going to be able to make it in unless he could go on his phone. He probably could go on his phone, but it doesn't look like he's going to make it in at this point. But we're talking top 100 wrestlers. We're going to go with the three, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and throw mine out there because I got this graphic that I did. 64, John Cena. Now, a lot of people will be against that. I understand that. A lot of people don't like John Cena. Number 63, Cowboy Bill Watts. When we're talking about old school wrestling and old school, the way things used to be, Bill Watts. And Ron Simmons, number 62. But let's start with number 64, John Cena, Jack. Many people probably don't believe he belongs there. What do you think? Does John Cena belong in a top 100 list?
Let's see. One of the criteria for making the list is, besides wrestling ability, is drawing ability. And in recent memory, I can't think of very many that is on par or draw more than what John Cena has during his career. Whether you like the character, whether you like what he does in the ring, sure, he does a lot of formulaic, however you say that word, stuff. But that's what WWE wants, and it's worked for them since the Hulk Hogan era, so they've not deviated from that. But the guy is really good, and here's the thing. Here's the reason I really like him is because his outside of the ring work that he does for Make-A-Wish and so many other worthwhile causes that he donates his time and money to. Whether you like him as a performer or not, as a human being, John Cena is a heck of a guy. And does he deserve to be on the list? He most certainly does.
I've always I've seen him have great match with people, and he did not care to do what needed to be done. Everybody beat him at some point in his career. And so I think that he deserves to be there. He understood the wrestling business. He understood it didn't matter if he won or lost. It was what they did with him that made it the deal. All right, Jack, number 64, I believe that's right.
Yeah, well, my criteria, mine is kind of like from the 80s back. But I went with the Crusher.
Yes, one of the greats, and drew a lot of money. Drew a lot of money in the professional wrestling business, and knew the psychology of the business. He may have not been the greatest technical wrestler because that's not what he was for. He was a brawler, and he even said in his interviews, "I'm a brawler." I didn't get to see him a lot live. I did get to see him just a tad while he was in Atlanta.
Yep.
And I loved him there. I thought he was tremendous there. I thought he and Tommy Rich worked well together. So yeah, I will agree with that. No doubt, he belongs to be in that list. All right, now let's look at, and we will get to Rodney's if he gets on. We'll get with his. If not, we'll get his next week. Number 63, Bill Watts. Now I believe, Jack, he has already been on your list. Am I correct about that?
Yes.
You know, we talked about Bill Watts at length, so we don't really have to really discuss too much. We know what he did in professional wrestling, and not only a great wrestler, but a great promoter. Promoted Mid-South Wrestling, made a ton of money there. He knew what he was doing, and not only did he make money as a promoter, but also made money as a wrestler.
Yep.
So Bill Watts. All right, Jack, who is on your list? Number 63.
The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Now, a lot of people, they won't think that he should be there because, all right, maybe they don't like him. I think Shawn Michaels is on my list. I think he's way lower on the list. I like Shawn Michaels because I thought he was good from the beginning. From the beginning. And I've seen one of his first matches in Beaumont, Texas. And I thought, from that point on, I said, he's got it. He's going to be a big star one day. I didn't know he was going to be a big jerk as he came, but because he was nice at that point. You know, this was 1984, I believe. It could have been 1983, but I think it was 1984.
I blame Marty Jannetty for that.
Well, that's true because he was a pretty nice person before he got with Marty. So maybe you're right about that. Yeah, Shawn Michaels deserves to be there, and possibly he's still in WWE. We don't know.
Maybe.
We're going to be talking about that on another video coming up later. So if you are a supporter, if you're a part of the Insider Nation, we're going to be talking about that and all kinds of other behind the scene things going on. And we'll also talk a little bit about, I tell you what, we'll talk a little bit behind the scenes of what's going on with Championship Wrestling in Knoxville, Tennessee, and where we're going to go with it and what's going to happen, a little bit more detail there. Now let's look at the next one on the list, number 62, Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons, to me, he had it from the beginning. If you go back and watch old matches of Ron Simmons in Florida, he had the ability from the beginning. He was just a great athlete from the beginning. And I think they did not keep the world title on him long enough. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he had everything. He could talk. He could actually wrestle. And what a look and a presence he had. I was able to book him on a show for an appearance just a few years ago. And even in the back, one of the nicest guys that you could ever be around, joking, carrying on. But he also had that presence of him, of just that kind of guy, as nice as he was, you didn't want to mess with him.
Oh, no.
You know, but he never said a cross word, helpful with everything. Great guy, great career. I love the way that, WWE towards the end of his career, instead of, once he kind of maxed with that age and ability to keep going in the ring full time, they found stuff that kept his career going for several years longer.
Yeah.
And that APA thing, I thought, was one of the greatest things they ever did.
I think so too. I just loved Ron Simmons. I thought he was great. He was a great guy. Even as the world champion, he was a tremendous person. As we see, there's an RW coming on.
The greatest RW you've ever seen. This is as best it's going to get tonight. I never feel.
Is that Robin or Dick Ward? I can't remember.
Well, Rodney, I don't know if you've been hearing this. We will not be seeing Rodney on this program today.
Y'all can thank us later with cards and letters.
But we were talking top 100 wrestlers. Jack, before we get to Rodney's, let's go ahead and Rodney got me all excited all at once. your next person on your list.
My number 62 is the Great Muta.
Great Muta. I think I had him on my list as well. Great Muta, tremendous professional wrestler, and he did things at the time. I always thought he should be babyface. I thought he should have been babyface within about a week or two. I thought, man, he does moves that nobody else.
He was a huge star here.
Yeah.
Could have been even bigger if had he been used better. And he was absolutely a mega star in Japan. Still is. So that's that tells you something, because it's hard to get over in Japan, boy. But he's he's there, still there.
All right, Rodney. Let's look at. Let's go back. I think we were 62, 63, 64. Number 64 on your list, top 100.
Number 64 was Rocky Johnson. Rocky Johnson.
All right, we have talked about Rocky Johnson, tremendous wrestler in the past. So we will we'll move on. All right, number 60.
We were very close tonight. 63. Ron Simmons.
Ron Simmons. There we go. All right,
very close.
Number 62.
It probably should be way up higher, but I didn't get to see him very much. I only saw him really in his managing style, but I'm going with classy Freddie Blassie.
Oh yeah,
yes. Dad always said he was great. He got to watch.
He was the wrestling vampire.
Yeah.
That's what they said, the wrestling vampire. And if you ever seen one of his matches, this man, you couldn't wait until his opponent got up and just beat the fool out of him, because I mean, he really built it up through that time, and that biting was just beyond.
I'll never forget. Never forget that wrestling magazine cover of him on the cover with a filing his teeth down. I thought that was genius.
And then he would bite people. The place would go wild. Very simple as that. And so now we got the top 100 wrestlers. Rodney, something we talked about that you were not here when we talked about it, but we're going to let you throw your 2 or 3 cents worth in, is our big show coming to Knoxville, Tennessee. The old school studio looking show. And you have any comments about it?
Tremendous. We went there to the Performance Center. It is going to be absolutely perfect for what we're doing. It's the old school television wrestling. No, it's going to be nothing big time. It's just plain studio wrestling as we remember it. I believe have you made the announcement who is going to be our commentator for the evening?
Yes, we did. Scott Hensley and
who? Okay.
We won't.
We have to be careful now. If we say Scott's name 2 more times, we have to give him a pay raise.
Oh, okay. and then of course Les Thatcher, which actually hosted the show in Knoxville. So absolutely fantastic. We're looking forward to it. It's very, what would you call, intimate setting, just like a TV studio. It's we're very excited, and the lighting should be perfect sound system. We got the opportunity to go back a few weeks ago now and do a walkthrough of the building, and I could just feel it's going to have a great atmosphere. So up close and personal at the old City Performance Center in Knoxville, Tennessee. A tremendous night of action.
Yeah, it is. Every chair in that building will be it's going to be a ringside seat. Every chair in there, and it's a limited number of seats. So get your tickets now. It's going to be a great night. 16 wrestlers on the card, and we'll tell you more about it next week. All right, are y'all ready to see what the insiders have got to say? Well, let's go say hello to people that we have not talked with in a while. Boxing guy, Brian the Barrett. Brian Young. By the way, did y'all
buy it?
That's Beret. That's Beret.
Hey, I've not changed any. I've not got any smarter during the last 4 weeks.
Brian, bless his heart, we have been trying to get scheduled where I could do his podcast for about 2 weeks now, and just everything has just not lined up yet. So, but hopefully it will here pretty soon.
He said, I missed you guys so much. Well, thank you so much. We missed everyone as well. Richard Hood is with us. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Wendy Harkins is also with us. Good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. Dennis Mitchell is with us as well. Happy New Year to all. Jason Mundy, welcome back. Happy New Year's, everyone. Christopher Schaefer. Is that how you say that name? Would that be Schaefer? Give it just a big thumbs up. He's got the Atlanta Braves thing on his logo there. Glenn Shelton, howdy all. Michael Rollerson.
Rollerson, there you go. See, some things never change, Michael.
Some things will never change. Good evening, everyone. From him, Christopher Hughes is with us as well. He also says Happy New Year to everyone. David Bice, which is, man, by the way, David's been going to a lot of independent wrestling shows lately, I've noticed.
Yeah, David's awesome.
Yeah, he's been going to all of them. David, I'm going to tell you, since you've been going to all these shows, we need to talk to you about coming on here and doing some roving reporting for us.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Since you're there anyway, and you might as well get out there and talk to some people. And
David and I have we've become friends on Facebook. We converse in Messenger quite a bit, and he's very articulate, so I believe he can handle that.
There you go. Here we go. Glenn Shelton said, "Rest in peace to Freddie Rooster Roper and to Rodney West." Rodney and him always had jokes of who was the Rodney West number 1 or number 2. Yeah. Every time they were on the show together. So Colton Martin is with us. I haven't been on here in a while. Well, Colton, good to see you. How is everyone? We're doing good. And Rodney's doing good. He's turned into a little round RW.
Yeah, I apologize. I knew my camera was going out before. I'm still not sure. I've had tried 3 other cameras and none of them work. I'm beginning to think it's the computer. I really apologize. I thought everything worked out, but my computer is acting up. I think it's the computer.
Santa Claus did not care for Rodney this Christmas.
Yeah. I didn't ask for a computer.
You should have, I guess.
My sympathies go out to the families of both Rodney and Rooster. Rest in peace, both of you, and Godspeed from Christopher. Mickey Mayfield also sends his condolences as well. Dennis Mitchell has a question for you, Jack. I have a question for Jack. You ever wrestled before and after Bruiser Brody died? Have I question for Jack? Did you ever wrestle before and after Bruiser Brody died? All right.
Yeah. I was had been wrestling for a good while when Bruiser died. As a matter of fact, I never got to meet him, but he, from the beginning of my career, I had a few certain folks that I wanted to get in the ring with, and always hoped that I would be able to get in there with him. And of course, it just never worked
out. Did you ever meet Larry? I guess that's Magic, Sam Munchnick's son-in-law, who did St. Louis wrestling announcing at the Chase?
I never met him.
I don't even know if I'm pretty sure I've seen him. I just didn't know that's what the guy's name was. Rodney, you watched a lot of the St. Louis wrestling, didn't you?
Yeah, Larry was great. Absolutely. That show was great. The who's who of wrestling come on that show from St. Louis to Chase. Just awesome wrestling. If you haven't got a chance to check it out, check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Larry was great.
One of the best shows ever.
Kevin Penley asked the question. He said, "Welcome back. My question this week, ask all 3, can you name full-time wrestlers who became referees? Carl Fergie was one of them. John Wolfe, which was Gordon Nelson. He became one. Who else?
Bronco Lubitsch became a referee. Doug Gilbert became a referee.
Paul Morton.
And Kevin, while we're on the subject there, Mike Posey of AEW was trained by me.
So yes, there's been a lot of them. Some comes to mind: Bronco Lubitsch, Tommy Gilbert, Sonny Fargo.
Tommy Gilbert, who I was thinking of, not Doug.
Sonny Fargo, Mike Posey of AEW. Can you think of any others? Well, I think we came through a couple of them. There's probably a whole lot more.
Oh yeah.
Did Rick Hazard ever wrestle before he refereed?
I don't remember. Yeah, Scott Armstrong. Wendy Harkins just commented. Scott Armstrong, of course, became a referee for WWE.
Victor Nash said, "Hello, everyone. Hope your New Year is going great." Yes, it is. David Bias, I enjoy watching Joey Lynch. I have to get a ticket. Joey Lynch is tremendous wrestler. Him and his brother both.
Yep.
Big time. I'm thinking, after people see him, and you get to see them on our YouTube channel right here on Facebook, we'll be talking to them as well. Tremendous, both of them, tremendous wrestlers. What do you think, Jack?
Oh yeah. Looking forward to that. These guys, we got a lot of guys you may have heard about in independent wrestling. This is the first time that we've had these top caliber guys all on one event, though. So this is going to be something special.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good show, and it will be we're going to that belt. Now we would show the belt, but Rodney's thing is not working.
Rodney's probably holding it up right now because he's already complaining about having to give it up.
Is he still with us?
All they will be doing is holding my belt. Let me just tell you right now. Okay,
well,
let me think.
Glenn Allen said hello. I think we already did that. Says Colton Martin says his number 64 is George the Animal Steel.
George the Animal, great. He's awesome.
My number 63 was Lord Humongous, and my 62 is none other than Kurt Hennig. Love all those people. Don't know that Lord Humongous would make my top 100. But as far as if I was going to throw a gimmick, one of the best gimmicks that was ever produced, I think Jeff Van Camp, there is nobody that did that Lord Humongous any better than he did. Let's
see if this worked. There it is.
There's the belt right there. There's the belt right there. So where was I at? Where was we at here? I mean, I still get lost a lot. You never know. That's the reason right there that none of us will be doing commentary on the particular show. Let's see. David Bice, love indie wrestling. To me, independent wrestling is the closest to old school wrestling, and not Ricky Morton said it better than anyone. You're not going to do it. He didn't think there's old school or new school. There's just the right way, and it makes sense. And don't insult wrestling fans' intelligence. I think that's the thing that Ricky Morton has always said, and I believe that is the truth. Christian Pierce asked this, Jack. Maybe you know what he's talking about. He said the announcers for the show won't be telling folks to go home on the mic, will they?
I won't mention any kind of names, but if you happen to go through Northeast Alabama and see a sign up for midget wrestling in Boaz and stop by the show and don't know when the match is supposed to end, you can hear it over the microphone.
Oh my goodness.
Man. That's just crazy. All right, Thomas Alexander. I hope it works out good. It's going to be great. That's our first of 4 that we've already got. We've got ready and got a contract for the building. Hello from Dothan, Alabama. Anita McNeil. How you doing, Dothan? I love Dothan. We were talking about Dothan, Alabama the other day. We are talking about in the future trying to bring wrestling to Dothan, Alabama, but it's probably going to take us a little longer than what we thought. So, but we are coming to Knoxville. So, Richard Hood said, "I miss studio wrestling." I do too. I miss that closeness, man. If you've never been to a show where you're just right there next to you can feel the punches. You can feel the guy getting through in the ropes. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Am I right, guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the sound of the ring as it shakes your innards as they get in the ring, it's awesome.
Yeah, if Jason said the same thing. I miss it as well. Everybody will enjoy the show we got going on. Here is Tracy. Joe Roper, the wife of Freddie. This is Chaplain Freddie Right. Thank you all for your thoughts and love during this time. We really loved Freddie. We enjoyed the conversations we had with him. Anita McNeil. No, I don't. No, I'm not for sure what she's talking about. No, he don't. No, he don't. I wonder what she's talking about. Christopher Hughes, Mr. Penley, Bubba Douglas, Buddy Coat, Reggie Parks, Sandy Barr were all wrestlers. Bubba Douglas. I'm not for sure who Bubba Douglas is. Who's Bubba
I
Douglas?
remember that name.
He was a wrestler in Florida.
Okay,
I'm
I
not
know,
sure.
but did Buddy Coat referee?
Yes, he did.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know Reggie Parks. I did. Sandy Barr did in Oregon, but I didn't know that. I know Buddy Coat did. Buddy Coat did commentary, but I didn't know.
When Buddy Pope was doing the refereeing, it was like he wasn't even in the ring. It was quite interesting.
Kevin Penley, his number 64. Les Thornton. Now, I never thought about Les Thornton when I was going through my top 100. I don't believe so. If he's there, I did forget. I forgot. Did he make y'all's list? I know Rodney ain't gonna tell us, but Jack, did Les Thornton make your list?
He did not, and I feel just as bad as you do about it.
Yeah, because he was so good.
And yeah,
Ken Patera, number 63. Ron Fuller, number 62. We'll agree with Ron Fuller, with Ken Patera as well. All great wrestlers.
Yep.
Knew what they were doing inside the ring. Ron Fuller, tremendous mind as well in the professional wrestling business. Colton Martin, Cena. Cena is easily in the top 10. And you know what?
You're all right, Rodney. We can't see to make sure you're all right. We just need a cue.
Okay.
All right, he's fine.
Well, Rodney's not a big fan of those wrestlers during that point in time, so they don't ever make his top 100. So I've been really cued because I put John Cena. I've put now I don't even know his name now. Daniel Bryant, whatever his name is, Daniel, whatever his name.
Brian, Daniel Bryan. Or
Brian
Danielson.
Yeah, whatever his name is now. I still think he just needs to put a mask on and just go with something else. Christopher Hughes said, "God bless Miss Rupert. Sorry for your loss." Anita, she's going to have Robert Fuller or Ron Fuller Welch. Yes, both of them deserve to be in our top 100 list. Rick Brooks is with us. Hello, guys. Glad you're back. We're glad to be back. Glenn Allen also, Miss Rupert, prayers. Sorry for your loss. Les Thornton, number 64. Richard Hood. Yes. Les was so good. Not that I don't like David Sammartino, because I didn't even really know him. But I did enjoy watching Les Thornton bust his nose on television. It's not that he did anything to me. I've never even talked to David Sammartino.
You just like watching people get their nose busted.
I did work some cards with David. He's a nice enough guy in the back.
I don't know what he did.
Him and Joel Deaton always headlining the cards that I was on with them, and they absolutely tried to kill each other.
You don't think that David Sammartino said this to Les? Well, when we go out there, can we do a time limit draw or something? You don't think he said that, do you?
God, I would hope not.
That might be the reason he got a nose bust. I'm not for sure. I'd like to, if anybody's out there, could you ask why he got a nose bust at that time? Because he did it on purpose. It wasn't like it was a mistake. He just kept on punching him in the nose. Rodney, do you remember that?
Yes, I do. He had him like in a front face lock, and he kept taking his hand and slapping across the nose repeatedly until his nose started just filling that mouth up with blood. Is what it was.
I have no clue what the man did, but whatever it was, he should never do that again to Les Thornton.
Yeah, bet he didn't do it again.
Or Tony Charles, or Adrian Street, any of those guys. Don't mess with those guys. Billy Robertson, There's a lot of guys you don't want to mess with, and anybody that came from over there in the Wales, you don't want to mess with because they really taught them guys how to hurt people. Number 64, Tito Santana, Reba. I like old Tito. Bobo Brazil and Sputnik Monroe. I agree with all of them. Number 64 for Christopher Hughes is Barry Windham. Barry Windham is on my list. I believe he's a tremendous wrestler, just a tremendous athlete. Ray Gunkel. Never saw Ray Gunkel wrestle. Number 63. Is there any matches of his online?
Honestly, never looked.
Rodney, you know?
I have not found any, but I will Google it right now.
He passed away in 1972, right? 73, somewhere around there. So there probably wouldn't be a lot of video of him. So Sean could be easily in the top 10 as well. I was waiting to hear if Rodney was.
I'm working. Well, let's see.
I mean,
Ray Gunkel. There is a video on YouTube. Ray Gunkel versus Ox Baker.
All right, I'd like to go see that. I'm gonna go see that because I've never seen him wrestle, so I don't know.
And then there's another one of Ray Gunkel versus Hans Schmidt, and Luthez versus Ray Gunkel from Texas.
Oh, so a lot of
Kowalski. There's quite a bit of it.
Oh, by the way, Rodney did not. I didn't hear him coughing and everything when Shawn Michaels could be easily in the top 10. So
I have no problem with Shawn Michaels. I have no problem with him. But the only award that I think John should deserve is when the Chinese present him with their flag. Xi Jinping comes over and hands him a flag. Welcome to China.
Carl Smith.
As the people of Taiwan is giving the bird.
Are you doing that now, or are you just talking about it? I can't see.
Both.
Welcome from the Mid-South, Carl Smith. Charles is with us. Charles, how you doing? Number 64, the Honky Tonk Man. Wayne Ferris did not make my list, by the way. Not that he wasn't any good. He just didn't make my list. Paul Orndorff did make the list, and Jimmy Snuka. I will agree with all of that. Glenn said Shawn Michaels was still with NXT. Oh, right now he is. Tomorrow could be something different. I did put Shawn on my list for obvious reasons. Now, if we put him on as a butthole that he was, but he still was a good wrestler, even though he's a butthole. He still was good. Raven Taylor. Raven Taylor is with us. Hello,
that is one gimmick he should have tried to do. I believe it worked for him.
Hey, he wouldn't have been acting, so he would have got over very well. Number 64, Dick Murdoch. Number 63, Dick Slater. Number 62, Manny Fernandez, all former tag team partners with Dusty Rhodes. If you were talking about drawing power, no one put more butts in the seats than the Dream. Yes. By the way, we'll be talking about something later on. Did y'all know that Chris Jericho was the greatest wrestler of all time?
Oh, my goodness. I bet he's on the same list with John Cena.
Have y'all been talking to my girlfriend?
Number 63, Sailor Ott Thomas. Now I have seen
another good one. Yeah, another good one. That's from the WWA from Indianapolis. Check it out. He's on there a lot.
Larry is with us as well. Larry Vanderpool, missed y'all. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Kevin Penley, the Black Scorpion, is on his screen.
Yes. This is correct. The Black Scorpion has retired.
Doom, one of the best teams. Glenn Allen Shelton, yes. Anita, the Fuller Boys. We'll agree with that. We like them all. They're all great. Rodney should wear a mask every week.
Thank you, Charles. It's very nice of you to say. We notice that we don't see any pictures of you.
Muda was awesome when he came through Florida. Michael Barr. Hello, all. Just returning home from Montgomery. Hey, let's pray a little bit for Michael. He's having some knee surgery, so let's pray for him that he has a speedy recovery with his knee surgery. Jason Hawkins is with us as well. Jim Ross has mentioned several times how hard he pushed for Peru to be a baby face, and he got shot down quickly each time. They just didn't see it, and I don't know why. I think Gary Hart's the one that didn't see it, by the way, because he would lose his guy that he was managing. So, and Gary Hart had a little pull those days. Number 62, the spoiler. Yes, I would do. Michael Barr said, Rodney, we can't see you. John Cena.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, is that what that was?
I don't know if it was or not, but I made it one. I don't know. Larry said, Ron Simmons, the pride of Florida State University. Well, Pat Rose says something, but we're a family show, Pat. I'm not even going to
for a little bit.
Why did you tell me you were on? He said, why did you tell?
He meant, why didn't you? You know that. He meant,
Pat,
he was shocked.
Pat, I have posted it every day. Every day. And I say how much you love me.
Do you know somebody that really knows studio wrestling? It's Pat Rose.
Yep.
Knows studio wrestling very well. Could probably tell us a lot of stories. Studio wrestling there for Nick Goulas.
Right and here. Those shows from Channel 12 were live.
Yes.
From WDF TV 12.
Jack, where did you get your cigar? I know it did not come from Havana.
Honestly, it did come from Havana. The name of the cigar shop is called Old Havana.
David By said Scott is a good announcer.
He is.
Daniel Lang. Rodney is practices for his in-ring debut as the Invisible Wrestler. Now, we have been said that there need to be a match between Rodney and Kevin Sullivan in Knoxville. And they said they would. All the fans said they'd get together and carry Rodney out when it was over.
Actually, I think the rules of that is it has to be a lights out match.
That is correct.
Really, where the lights are for real turned out.
Patricia, Rodney is not. He's not on there. His camera
is gone, and I believe maybe computer is heading that way as well.
Not seeing Rodney. Oh, what a shame. Now I forgot about Brian the Wookiee. What did we go to the mask?
Yes, the mask.
Whatever he was again.
Wookiee. It's the Wookiee Luchador.
That's it.
Wookiee Luchador. Blassie and the Sheik drew some large crowds in LA. No doubt.
Blassie was big in Atlanta. To the point where he was selling cars. They were people wanting him to come and be their spokesman for their car dealership.
Prayers needed here. Having knee surgery in the next couple of months. Yes. Colton Martin said, "Good birthday present. Not to have to see Rodney." Michael Barr said, "Happy New Year to all." Let's see. I hope you guys don't have something working if they can't sell 4 chair shots like Brock left. Let's see. I am moving to Merritt Island, Florida, returning home from Nashville after 13 years. Wow. Are there any good independent promotions in Central Florida, Jack? Are they?
Yeah. Just get on social media and look for some stuff down there. There's a ton of some really good promotions down in that area. From one end of the state to the other. Don't go to Orlando.
Rodney's camera is shy. Michael Barr.
I'm shy on my camera. Yes.
And Michael Barr also said condolences to Rodney and Rooster, prayers for their family and friends. We talked about Scott Armstrong being a referee, wrestler turned referee. Michael Barr, any referees that became wrestlers? Mike Posey actually did that and went back.
Yeah, I trained him as a referee. Well, I trained him to wrestle, but with the intent that he was going to be a referee primarily, and that's what he did for several years before he actually started working with Bill Behrens. Bill's one who really pushed him into becoming a great professional wrestler. Mike is not a big guy, physically fit, and there's nothing he can't do. Just a great guy. Think the world of him. Even if he's 40 years old and looks like he's 16.
Pat Rose got a big push for Joey and Matt Lynch.
Yep.
He is big fans of the Lynch brothers. So let's see. Brian said Rodney never looked so good.
Well, thank you. And I could say the same for you.
Kevin Penley, did Fuller kill Connell by pulling the show out of the studio? I think he did not kill Connell. I think he hurt Dothan. I don't know, because Continental did really good after that when he went from Southeastern. He drew a lot of money. I think he did hurt Dothan though.
Well, and here's the other thing is that was just a time period where everybody was going out of business. Yeah, I don't know that there was really anything that Ron Fuller could have done to keep it going, because that was just the trend at the time.
Yeah, and he did well for years when he moved out of Knox, out of the studio, but I think he should have kept that. We've talked about it before. I think he should have kept the TV studio and still done the Continental Championship Wrestling show.
That primarily the arena show was primarily for Birmingham and Knoxville. They were demanding a better production, and simply TV-wise just could not provide it.
Hey, Daniel Lang said something, I didn't think about that. Dangerous Danny Davis.
Yeah,
he was a referee turned wrestler, back to referee again.
Now this is not Nightmare Danny Davis.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was Dangerous Danny Davis from WWE, which I thought they did some good stuff with him at the time. We're running out of time, so I'm gonna try to get to it, get to everything. Have a pic of my son wearing Les Thornton's belt.
Wow,
that's good. Pat Rose talks about Les Thornton. Hey, I wonder if Pat was there the night David Sammartino got his nose busted up. I was there. I just didn't know the backstory.
Hey, I was there the night Pat Rose busted up a guy. So does that count?
Victor Nash want to know what's going on with Rodney. Did McCalla Black spit the black mist in his face? He never. But you ever notice he never hits the guy with it? It always goes over his head to the side to somebody. Never gets the guy in the eyes.
Some people just do not know how to control their spit. And he's one of them.
Let's see. Please, not Dusty Rhodes again. Anybody but Rhodes. Let's Larry, the Ayatollah of Rock and Roller. We're talking about Chris Jericho, and we are going to be talking about that later on. Let's see. I'm just trying to get Christopher Hughes put Pat Rose over. Was a darn good worker too. Yes, tremendous. Really should have got a bigger push in Mid-South Wrestling. I think they could have drew some money with him. And
Pat should have gotten a huge push everywhere he went.
Yes. I agree with that. All right, we are running out of Victor Nash said you skipped by 64, 63. I did not see that. Where did I miss that?
Oh, down here. Right here. I got it. Right here.
You got it? Okay, go ahead and hit there.
Right here.
Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, Paul Orndorff, and Buddy Rogers.
Buddy Rogers. That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, he said Mike Jackson had reffed. He said Mike Jackson had reffed, and heck, Mike has done it all.
Still doing it all, by the way.
We are going to have to get off of here because we've got to do some Insider Nation stuff, and we're going to go over there. We're going to talk about. We're going to go.
Hey, look at this one right here. Look at this. Christopher Hughes worked under the hood as a black scorpion for a bit.
Just not where it paid any money. But we are going to talk about the Fabulous Freebirds, Part 11. They reunite, and we're going to be talking about that on the Insider Nation on our supporter channel, which you will eventually be able to see on YouTube. And also, we're going to talk news and rumors, and we're going to talk a little bit about Chris Jericho. And
I'm sure that everybody here is waiting for the appearance of obnoxious Tom Phillips to appear on Impact. They are just waiting, as well as I am, to see how many times he can use the same word over and over and over, like opportunity. I think he has a world record for that.
We will see everybody next week. We'll talk more about championship wrestling, and you can get over there, livechampionshipwrestling.com, and purchase your tickets. And we are going to be looking at maybe a couple of more of the top 100 wrestlers. Who's on your list? Who's on Jack's? Who's on Rodney's? And who's on first? That was should detail. We'll see everybody next week.
I'm glad my face wasn't pictured after that.
And who's on second?
We'll see everybody next week right here on Pro Wrestling Inside and Out as we continue talking about the history of professional wrestling and the men who made it great. See you next week.